What is up, YouTube? Christ is king, man. What's up, Christianology fam? But we're gonna react to Boston black churches begging the white man for some dough. Let's get to it, man.
Gentlemen, y'all stop this. Cut it out. Cut this out. I'm tired of y'all. Y'all out here playing. I done told y'all to stop playing. Get over here. That's what I feel like doing to these blacks.
Man, I ain't got no belt, man. I got sweatpants on. I can't put my belt out. I'm sorry, man. I can't put my belt out, bro.
Churches. What y'all still talking about reparations for? What do you mean? Then you got the crazy white people out here trying to secondhand. I want to be around the black and brown. My people are horrible to the blacks. Man, if it wasn't for white people, black people would be in Africa somewhere enslaved. Come on, keep it real. If it wasn't for these white people in America, where would black people be? Now, I know that the slaves went through all that, and that was horrible. We understand that. But my God, look at what God has done with us. He's delivered us. And there were good white people that helped with that. What do you think?
I'm gonna be honest. I made a freaking satire video on Instagram. I was like, every day that we wake up, we should be thanking God that He created a white man, and the white man came and saved us from ourselves. You go to Ghana, you go to Nigeria, all those politicians, they're stealing the money. They're stealing the money that the country generates. They don't build roads. They don't provide jobs. They don't build hospitals. They don't even make good government schools like this. The public schools is better than any school in Africa. I'm telling you this. That's a fact. Any private school in Africa, like most of these public schools in America, could beat out of the water. That's a fact. So if we say this and we're telling you this, like, you should pray that the white man came and save y'all. You should thank the white man, because Jesus used the white man to save y'all from yourselves. That's a fact. If you think I'm lying, go to Africa and see. Go to Africa and see. They have all that money. Africa makes a lot of money every year from their gold export, cocoa export, chocolate. That's what they use that for. Cocoa. Many more other things. Diamonds. Cobalt. All that comes from Africa. And we can't generate no money from it, because we do generate money from it, but the politicians, they're stealing everything. They're taking everything, man. They're taking everything. At least if you're going to take... Hey, I don't have no problem with you taking the money. If you're going to take the money, take at least 20% and leave 80% for the country, so we can make the country look good and you guys can look good as well. But you are taking like 70-80% of the money and leaving 20% for everybody else. That's not going to fix the country, and the country's going to look undeveloped, but you are having so much money.
Harriet Tubman took the people to the North where black people were free. Who do you think? How did she get there? They were on a magic carpet? No, they went through houses of white people that risked their lives to free blacks. Who do you think voted for the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment? Freedom of slaves, citizenship, and the right to vote. Republican white people. You go down the list. Black people are the most wealthy, happiest, prosperous people in the world live in America. What reparations are you referring to? Let me let these people play. You should be ashamed of yourself, man of God. Play the clip.
We call on the white church in Boston.
The white church in Boston.
To join us in supporting a black reparations movement.
Standing in solidarity, clergy leaders from across the city of Boston gathered for an interfaith, multiracial meeting at the Resurrection Lutheran Church in Roxbury, Nubian Square. They're here to ask the religious community to atone for Black Boston suffering and support Black reparations.
And we are coming, as Dr. King said, to get our check.
Organizers from the Boston People's Reparation Commission say they're also following up on their demand on the city of Boston for a $15 billion initial payout.
$15 billion.
To begin the process towards repair and reconciliation to the city's black community.
$5 billion as initial payment around cash payouts, $5 billion around strengthening our financial institutions, creating a new black bank, $5 billion in terms of addressing issues of the education achievement gap between blacks and whites.
In 2022, the Boston City Council and Mayor Michelle Wu offered an official apology for the city's involvement in the transatlantic slave trade.
Why? Why would the city need to apologize to black folks for something that nobody alive had anything to do with? We're sorry that 200 years ago, Boston had something to do with the Atlantic slave trade. No, go to Africa and make them apologize for enslaving us and selling us to the white people. Oh, Boston apologizing. Make them apologize. Make black people apologize to other black people. Y'all the one enslaved us and sold us to the white people. You sold us all over the world. Y'all sold us everywhere. 60% went to South America.
Man, y'all better thank the black man. Y'all better thank the black man for selling y'all, because you go back to Africa, you do not want to live in Africa, bro. You do not want to live in Africa if you don't have no money. That's a fact. You could tell anybody in Africa this. You could ask anybody in Africa. Ask them, bro, where would you want to be? America, because they want to make money. You in Africa, if you don't have no connections, you're not making money, man. You're not making no money. You're gonna suffer. You're gonna be lower, middle class, or even like under, bro. Under. And all the politicians and their friends and their daughters and their sons and their cousins, they're all living great. They're all living in big houses. They're all driving nice cars. But everybody else is suffering because the money that they're getting paid from their job is not sufficient. That's a fact. That is a fact. So when black people start complaining like this, bro, they need to get hit in the freaking face. Because you're complaining, but you live in a freaking nice house. You probably live in a nice house in America. But you go to Africa, you cannot afford that. You cannot afford that, man. I'm telling you this. You cannot afford that.
Why don't Africans apologize for enslaving their own people and selling them?
She also launched 2 task force research teams to study Boston's role in slavery and its long impact on descendants.
So we still suffer from the trauma of those instances, and even today, dealing with racism.
On Saturday, this group called on the white church in Boston to support the black community for its association in slavery.
Today, we call upon this city, its financiers, and its white churches to stop the shirking, stop the lying, tell the truth, and pay what is owed.
Organizers say the next step is to engage in conversation with white church leadership directly.
Black people, y'all, this is why black people ain't never gonna make it as a group. Ain't never gonna make it.
But I don't even trust no freaking man that is wearing that stuff. Bro, you're a judge. You're not a judge, bro. Dress like a freaking pastor. Wear a suit. Wear a suit. What are you wearing these dresses for, bro? Like, those type of churches, bro, I don't even come near. I don't come near. I'm sorry. I don't come near. That's not my church. I'm Pentecostal, bro. I'm Pentecostal. Let's get back to this video, man.
Make it. Y'all still, faith leaders have still not forgiven white people. How do you live as a faith leader in unforgiveness? That's why we can't make it. That's why it seems as if black people in America are cursed. Because I feel like we're harboring unforgiveness. God told us that we need to forgive other people, or God in heaven will not forgive us. This is what God has proclaimed, that you should be forgiving other people. Y'all still ain't forgave white people of slavery. All these white people that gave black people opportunities over the years, and y'all still, all them white people that died in the civil rights, in the Civil War, can that be atonement enough? Hundreds of thousands of white men died that led to the freedom of black people. All them white Republicans voted for black people to be free. The North never had slaves. They never had slaves. They're talking about the participation in the slave trade. They never had slaves. Slavery was illegal in the North. What are we even saying? Indentured servants in the North, in many cases, came out wealthier than white migrants that came over here, because indentured servants had a plan of action when they finished their indentured servitude. Many of them, if they didn't get screwed, many of them had land, money payouts, all of that. White people that came over here, they had nothing. They was poor, starving, and everything. Black people in indentured service were at a higher class than the white people who came over here, migrants. And back in the day, voting was on property ownership. Black people that owned property could vote over white people that didn't own property. Like, we got our history so screwed up, and these ignorant Negroes sit around and spend their whole life begging. Stop begging white people. They ain't got nothing to do with your education. Black men are killing each other every day. They had nothing to do with white people. Have black people atone for the sins that black people are doing against other black people in modern history, in the last 40 years, 50, 60 years. What are we even talking about, man?
Right, man. I'm gonna end the video right there. That man going off, bro. I would not want to be you. I would not want to be you, bro. Hey, man, y'all, thank y'all for watching, man. Make sure I hit the sub and like button, man. Comment if you think anything about this video, man. Let's get to it, man. Jesus Christ is King.